Hopefully y'all can see me okay. Turn the truck off so it don't shake. This just not gonna be too long a video. Did a little work in the truck. I still have like I worked on the shower bag. I'll talk about organizing, how I organized it, and I got like toiletry things, stuff like that. This is not what the video is about. There's some rambles, but I've been straightening out the truck. So while I straighten out the truck, I'm listening to YouTube, and been running a lot. Well, since I'm stuck here in Chicago tonight, I went and ate in this little restaurant, which was okay. I ran a secured truck stop in Bolingbrook. I got a little restaurant on here, and I guess Bill's familiar. It's an old truck stop, because Bill even remembers it. And you have to, it's $12 a day to park here. And so I had to have, and I'll just tell you what happened. I talked to my driver manager. I was like, look, y'all got me in Chicago. I don't have control over the comm data was down. And I guess other drivers on my Facebook for other companies have also were affected. Because one of them talked about being stuck in the fuel aisle. I couldn't even imagine. I'd be like hot. And comm data was down. I didn't get the authorization until like right as I was pulling into this truck stop. So I told my driver manager, look, y'all got to pay for this parking tonight. I mean, it's $12, but why am I paying for it? Because this ain't my fiasco. And I got this load on here that's worth a lot of damn money. You talking meat, okay? And so I still got 2 more stops with this load. So she did say, she said, yeah, well, and then so she agreed, because I talked to her on the phone. I said, they won't let me stay on the facility yard. They're going to lock that up. And I'm sitting up here. There's some cities, and for my newbies, there's some places, ladies especially, but even Bill, who is a 6-foot tall man, and back when I knew him was over 400 pounds, he's lost half that body weight since his lap band surgery. But even Trucker Bill, when I first got into this, and I'm talking to ladies especially, there are some cities that you do not park in on the street or a non-secure facility, or where there's not people movement on a regular basis. Chicago is one of them. Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit. There's another one. Even in California, I've done Southern California with the facility is a 24-hour facility and they have deliveries all the time. That's a different story. But this place was closing down. I'm back in some little area. I'm looking. He said, you got to park on the street. They had a yard, but he said, well, we locked that up, and I don't think they're going to let you park there either. And I'm like, okay. So then I kept looking. I'm going, I'm not sleeping on this street. Not what I got on the back of this truck. And you don't know, God forgive me, I don't know if the people inside, you don't know if somebody shady in there might tell their boy, hey, homie, they're going to be an XYZ truck out there, and it's got XYZ on the back. Man, we could make some loot off that. You know what I'm trying to say? So these areas of cities, unfortunately, they don't have the best reputations. So, ladies, and anybody else, newbies, go park that truck in a secure facility, and if your company has any fault to do with this or whatever, this is out of my control, and there's no terminal, guess what? Y'all need to pay for that damn parking. And so she agreed, because actually when I told her, I said, look, I'm in North Chicago. I don't know this area, but it's Chicago. And this lady is a Marine vet, my driver manager. I said, I was getting ready to talk Trucker Bill because I wasn't feeling it. And I said, I ain't feeling parking on the street, Becca. And she's like, yeah, that's not a good idea. I said, okay, I'm going to a secured truck stop. She go, okay. I said, and y'all gonna pay for parking? She said, okay. Shit. Not only for myself, since y'all really may not care about me, you do care about the money on that load on the back. So let's go and break down that you want your shit to get to where it's supposed to go. I'm just saying. So y'all gonna have to pay for parking, a secure facility for me and the truck with your shit on it. And they gonna reimburse me. That's right. I'm not about it. Shoot. Why you bullet? Anyway, that's just the ramble part. So let's get into it. So since I'm on here, I ate, I came back, uploaded the video some of y'all might have already seen. And now I'm just straightening up. I watched this one driver, I ain't gonna give his name. He's not one of the, he might be known to some of you, but he's not like one of the big popular ones, but he does get a lot of views. And I like him because he did backing videos and stuff, and when my backing was off, I kind of had done it, and that's how I found him, was he had done a backing example with just toy trucks. But he'd been driving for a while. So today he was on there and he's talking about, I guess, a friend of his, or at least one of the videos I watched on it was today. A friend of his had quit the company he was at making 50 some cents a mile because he could not take his dog on the truck and they wouldn't give him a new truck. Something about they wouldn't take the dog on the truck, they couldn't give him a new truck, and so he basically resigned and went to another company, and he said he was bad mouthing the company he came from. So the guy who's doing the video, he basically goes over his perception, and in I don't even say it was covert, it was very direct. He basically insinuates very directly that his friend basically was an idiot for quitting the job at 50 some cents a mile because he couldn't have his dog on the truck. Then he made some little statement which I thought was kind of jacked up. Oh, good luck, paying your stuff, and and I don't think it was a good move for you and your family, but God bless you, and prayerfully you'll be able to pay your bill. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So I'm gonna talk to y'all, and this is gonna be real, not too sarcastic. It's just real, okay? So for those of you who don't know, I'm almost 50. I'm 49 years old. In June of this coming up, I will be 50 years old. I've learned a lot in life. While I have a lot of college credits, I have a lot of training that companies paid to train me in. I've made very good money in my day. Making good money and being happy are two different things. Me. I am a single person, so I can make decisions and take financial hits that other people can't. But I don't know what people can and can't take. I don't know what kind of hits they can, whether they're married, not married, whether they have children, whether they don't have children. I don't know unless I'm real close to you. But I would never, for me, get on a public forum and say that because I don't know, how can I put this? Everybody has their own road. That's the best way to put this. And for you to think that you know what's best for somebody career-wise, financial-wise, is not always the case. When I team with my boy Mike, and Mike actually, if he ever watches, because I told him I had a channel, so I don't know if he watches it. Mike said something that was just wisdom to me, and he's a retired Air Force veteran. And Mike said to me when he came in the truck, and he said, because he got fired from the company I'm with. He then had a hard time getting work, but he got work. He got a really good job, union job in Louisiana. Later on, he told me, said, Shan, I'm looking for something else because I want to be off on the weekends. Now, you got a union job to me. I'm like, well, damn, you got a union job, boop, 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 boop. You working, you got this, cake job. Being almost 50 now, I understand him more. He said, I need trucking to do for me what I wanted to do. Okay? Whatever it is you're doing in your life, especially if you're not prayerfully tied down to where you have to be there. Some companies, some people, your situation is not where you have the flexibility to do something different. Okay? So you have to stay in whatever drama you in for a company, and unfortunately maybe be unhappy because of maybe life choices. Maybe you had children out of wedlock and you a single mom or a single dad, and you can't just up and do what I did and say, hell with it, I'm gonna pack my stuff, put it in storage, and go work and live off. Maybe you can't do that. I had a guy that came in the truck in Big L, I think it was Big L, back when I first started. He loved it, but he couldn't stay in it because he had child support, and they were getting ready to suspend his license for stuff, so he had to go back to his old job. And I don't think he's ever come back in because I haven't seen any of the videos from him. But you have those types of situations that happen, and unfortunately the cards don't fall for you. But if somebody else makes that decision, and they can make that decision, and they might take a financial hit, it's about trucking doing for them what they want to do, or whatever career doing it for them what they want to do. We can't think, oh, I'm just chasing the money, because it's not all about just money. Granted, it's a factor. Example, this company right here, I had a virtually new truck, okay? I like my driver manager. I'm getting miles, okay? But there's things I want trucking to do for me. that this company is not offering. Yes, they're going to have a dog policy, but the idle to me is inhumane. And I know other companies I can go to and get that. If I can get similar money, then I'm going to do that. Now, I wouldn't go down less because I know I can get more. But if this man took a hit from 50 some cents to 42 cents and his miles are reduced, that's his choice, because for whatever reason he wants his dog on the truck. Tell me, I'll get a machete. Sometimes it's not about protection. Sometimes it's about companionship. I loved having my little Hillary on the truck. It was company. It was companionship. I mean, it's a dog, but it's still companionship. She also would alert you if she heard something. You know, wasn't no huge dog, but it was an alerter. That's your choice. You want trucking to do what you want it to do for you. And it ain't always about, okay, I can make 50 cents. I would stay with this company. Take my idle, rid of the idle, let me have my dog, and give me a better inverter. Hell, even if they left the inverter, that's minor, and get some better, safer equipment. If they could get rid of the idle, let me have my dog, and I'll use that inverter because I can idle the truck and run my damn equipment that I need to run, guess what? I might stay. I need trucking to do what I want for me at this age, at this stage. And it's not about the money. If it was about money, I'd still be sitting in corporate America, because I could sit in corporate America at a desk and probably make almost the same kind of money or more. This is about enjoying my life as best I can, making a decent living. It's not, I don't have to be 150. I mean, if I can do that, that's beautiful. I don't want a Mercedes. I do want a truck. I do want a small home. I do want some property that's paid for. I pray to God not to be my father, renting an apartment at 70 some years old, and he had options to buy. He just ghetto. I don't want that. I want to own my shit. And so you can make 42 cents a mile, 39 cents. There was the crazy girl, TV watcher girl. One of the guys she teamed with when she first started, he left the company we're with. Went to some company, promised him 60, 70 cents a mile, whatever it was. Wasn't getting the miles, wasn't making that money. He called and trying to come back here because he can get the money, he can get the miles. Under the fleet, she's under container fleet. Under container fleet, he could get that. He could get 39 cents or 36 or whatever the hell they pay. Now, he's only coming back because this is what he knows. He might have to shop around. There's other companies that will pay him more money based on his experience. It's not always about the percent per mile. It's about the miles and the percent per mile. But it's also about all the other stuff. That's all important. When you go to a corporate company, they no longer, when they send you your pay, they show you what their pay is, they include your benefits, they include any bonuses, they include any perks to show you financially what you are really getting for working for them. It's not just about your per hour or your salary. It includes a whole bunch of other benefits. And if you have perks, if you get discounts, if you have, I mean, there's all these other benefits, your insurance, any discounts you get with companies, any healthcare stuff you get, all that crap they include in what they consider what your dollar amount is that you're making with them. Same in trucking. You have to add up everything. Having a dog on a truck, inverter, saving money on food because you can put a little fridge on here, cook on your truck. There are benefits, and it might not make sense to you because I'm not getting the 52 cents a mile, but it makes sense to me. Maybe it's psychological and he needs a dog on the truck. This guy, I don't think should be dog on the truck. Then don't. Go somewhere they don't have dogs on the truck, or ask for a truck that ain't got a dog on it, or a cat. We got to be careful when we're judging other folk. And then he was talking about, the other part he talked about was bad mouthing companies. Okay, I agree with him to an extent. Like, I don't tell y'all where I work. Some people may know because you know me on other aspects, but I don't mention the company where I work. I won't do that. There's reasons for it. I wouldn't do that. Matter of fact, even if I go to my next company, I'm not going to tell y'all where I work. There's a lot of reasons for it. To me, there's some safety reasons for it. But I can say what I want to say. My goal here on this channel, like I said, I think out loud. And if I don't feel it, I'm going to tell you I don't feel it. I'm tired. At almost 50, I'm tired of people being okie doke. That's one of the reasons I'm not in corporate America. You got to do a lot of okie doking. You got to do a lot of politically correct stuff when there's a lot of unpolitically correct shit that happens in offices. And there's a lot of unpolitically correct shit that has happened in trucking. Trucking is raw and real. This is not an industry, because them people will basically put some shit on your record. They talk to you crazy. They'll do a whole bunch in trucking. Trucking is raw and real. It will chew you up and spit you out. So you can't come up in here and tell me, oh, that's not professional, da da da. Look, next, and more next. Companies aren't always professional with you, especially in trucking. These folks is cutthroat, and they can be. There are some companies that are professional, but inside those companies, you might get driver managers that ain't professional. The problem, I tell you again, with trucking, the problem with a lot of businesses is everybody wants to be politically correct. We don't want to tell the truth about the situation, and therefore the shit stays the same. We need change in the industry, and the only way to get change in the industry is to say stuff and to tell your experience. So maybe his experience is a bad mouth experience. Tell the truth. That might be his experience, and tell his why. That's his truth. That's his why. Whether you agree with it, like it, lump it, or love it, that is his choice. And just because you're allergic to a dog, he's not. You don't know that he don't want that. That dog might not be for protection. It might be for companionship, or both. That's his decision. And if 52 cents a mile is not meeting his needs psychologically, emotionally, because that's everything to you, then chase your money. Chase it, chase it, chase it. I watched another video today, and I have a hard time watching this video because the guy, his ego is beyond scope. I'm just like, it takes all I have sometime to watch this brother. And I'm not mentioning any names, but he talked about leaving what he's been doing because the money has been inconsistent, and he's looking for something more consistent. I like the video on that part, because the reality is sometimes you get into a niche, and that niche is not for you. It's not going to do what you need it to do. Look, I need steady income. Trucking is not always steady, but you should have an average of what you make every week, and it shouldn't be 5,000 one week and then no thousand the next week. It should be, consistent. So I'd rather see $1,200 a week or close to than 1,200. No, maybe no. So I got the point. It's the same way. Whether this guy's making 42 cents a mile or whether he's making 52 cents a mile, it's more to being happy and doing this job. And you might not understand it, and that might not be your choice because your focus is chasing the dollars. I'm out here for other reasons, and you don't know what that brother's out here for. And maybe you just need to ask him instead of make comments about it. Peace.